When people talk about moving home, particularly overseas, they often refer to the struggle of trying to fit their whole lives into a shipping container. But what if that shipping container was your home? And what if that home was actually designed in such a way that it was still capable of travel by sea? That's exactly the concept of this next place that we're about to visit. I think you'll really like this one. G'day Evans.
Hello mate, how you doing?
Good mate. Now looking at this container here, I would never guess that there's actually a house on the inside.
No, it's like the TARDIS.
You're a boat builder by trade, and you travel all over the world actually building yachts. There's a real strategy behind this though, isn't there? The whole idea of actually constructing a home in a shipping container but not putting any penetrations on the outside. Because as soon as you start putting the holes in them, as soon as you start cutting doors and windows in them, all of a sudden they actually stop being useful as a shipping container.
Exactly, you can ship them on a truck, but you can't ship them country to country, whereas if you keep them as a viable shipping container, you can go anywhere in the world that you can land a shipping container.
Well, I'm really anxious to have a look at what you've done.
Okay.
Already this entranceway is just packed with character, isn't it?
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. And then I'm guessing through there is into the main part of the house, and then to the left?
Bathroom.
Bathroom's in there?
Yes, sir.
Well, let's take a look inside.
Okay.
Wow. This is a surprise, I have to say. Standing in here, I would never guess that this is a 20-foot shipping container. You have managed to pack so many features into such a tight space.
Yeah. And it will ultimately be twice the width. It will be 2 meters wider. So though you could live in it now, it will actually be much more spacious. Well, my wife died 4.5 years ago, and I bought this container to store our stuff because I intended to go overseas and just get away. She'd suffered for 4.5 years, and it was time to go. And I had in the back of my mind that maybe I could do something with this container, which is why I bought this particular format. Then when I came back here, I emptied this, which had all our stuff in, and went through the process of fitting this one up.
Tell me a little bit about what your thought process was when you were designing this space. What were you trying to create in here?
Oh, well, the object was to create an individual, unique space within a 20-foot container, specialised 20-foot container space. I mean, that was all I wanted to do, and I basically made it up as I went along. I knew conceptually what I wanted, but as it's come together, it's almost organically grown. I just knew roughly what I wanted.
So you've got the bed up here?
Mm-hmm. That used to be our bed, as I say. A lot of this stuff is memorabilia from Rosie and I. This was a queen-size bed, but I cut it down, and yeah, that's my bed.
And how lovely that you're able to kind of honour those memories by taking things that were in your home together,
yeah,
and still incorporating them into your new future home.
Absolutely, yeah.
So you're able to move on with your life, but also not forget and retain the memories and everything that was special.
Yeah, I mean, even this, although I've redone it, was a coffee table that we had. It's just since then I've incorporated the fossils, etc. in it.
Yeah,
but
wonderful.
That was our coffee table.
So lounge area down here?
Which is a double bed, yeah.
This is a double bed as well?
Yep.
Excellent. So in here you can actually sleep 3 people?
Yes, comfortably. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, they're comfortable beds.
You've got a really nice custom ladder to access the bed?
Yeah, but also storage for, handkerchiefs and socks and stuff like that. This one's a drawer, and these ones just all fold out.
Brilliant.
Your steps and your...
And again, this actually really reminds me of marine design.
Yeah, it's very nautical, isn't it?
It really is. I absolutely love what you have done with this kitchen. You've got to be a bit of a cook to build a kitchen like this.
Oh, I love cooking, yes. Yeah, I really enjoy cooking. And that triangle of space is one of the things that's supposed to work really well with kitchens, where you got your fridge, your cooking area, and your preparation area, and your sink, all sort of where you can go from one to the other. Behind this is my water tanks. There's a stainless steel water tank which will be very thoroughly filtered for drinking water. Underneath that there'll be 160 litres of washing water. They'll all be lifted 600 mil, and behind that and underneath that will be the pressure pump. and the batteries for the 12-volt system. So that's all behind this here.
Fantastic. So almost all of your utilities are hidden behind the fridge.
Yes, and my boards, my electric boards will be behind here.
I have to say, the woodwork in here just makes it feel so welcoming.
Yeah, I like it. And this is actually just Quilla floorboards, exterior floorboards.
Right.
And this is solid acacia timber. And I haven't, these are oiled, they're not varnished. And so you have to keep oiling and waxing it.
And there's still the bathroom to have a look at.
And so my intention with the bathroom was not to have a small size bathroom. Everything is normal size, though it's a macerator toilet. As you can see, it looks like a normal toilet. The vanity, the shower are all normal size, and then I put the graphics on because it was quite sterile, and like the rest of it, I wanted to make it individual.
And you know what? This is exactly what a home is supposed to do. It's supposed to make you walk into a room and laugh or smile or feel good, you know? What a cool idea.
Yeah.
So what about insulation in here? Because insulation's always a really big topic with shipping containers, isn't it?
Yes, of course. I mean, it's a tin box. So obviously, if you don't insulate it, you can't live in it. This is insulated with 12 millimeters of Meltica with 30 millimeters of high-density polystyrene behind on the walls. The ceiling is made in one panel by a company that does the insulated truck bodies. So it's fiberglass, 40 mil of high-density insulation, and then fiberglass, and then I routed in the LEDs. This, as we can feel, is comfortably warm, and all that's keeping it warm is one of these wall heaters, which takes about as much as a light bulb, so they say.
Wow. So yeah, really, really simple space to heat.
Yeah.
What about your power here? So I know you mentioned that you've got a battery system which is being installed behind the fridge. So how do you intend to power it? Will it be off-grid, or is it designed to be grid connected?
The concept is going to be more and more and more off-grid. All my lighting is 12 volt, and I will have a 300 ampere hour battery system, solar charger, but I also have an intelligent 240s charger. Basically, this one can be plugged in as you would to mains, but it will also have the provision to just run a generator, so that when I want to run my washing machine.
Look at that! That was hiding back there. Check it out, you've got a full-size washing machine just there.
And dryer, it's a washer and dryer.
You heard that one well.
Yeah. Right through, it's a utilisation of space. That's exactly what you're doing about. You utilise the space, so it's exactly the same as looking at the space and you utilising it both for practical purposes and for best use of volume.
Just as a ballpark figure, what do you estimate this project has cost you so far?
Under 25.
Under
Definitely.
25,000?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
That is a remarkable result for that. And I suppose as well, if you were adding the labour element onto that, the figure would obviously increase. But with a material cost of $25,000, I still think that is remarkably achievable for people, isn't it? Even paying labour on top of that for the construction if they have to.
So you could live in this, but if you see it as 2 metres wider with glass and with the panels top and bottom, you're probably talking, when it's 22 square metres, about 50 grand, I reckon.
Yeah.
And that you should be able to pay somebody at that price. I mean, it depends what you want. But as I explained with the figures, it's not like they're a huge, other than the 10 grand to buy it, and these, you know, the panels and the windows, of course. You know, they're just what they cost.
Yeah.
But the rest is not massive at all. It's just to say it's probably less than building a room on your home.
So could we open up this side of the container and get an idea for what the space will be like when it's all complete?
Absolutely, yes. And as I say, it will be 22 square metres. That's what the size will be. Plus it will have a glass side leading to a veranda, but there'll be 22 square metres internal.
All opened up, this space really starts to make even more sense, doesn't it?
Yes, it does, yeah. You can't really see it until you see it like this.
So what's the concept of actually enclosing this space? How does it work?
Okay, I have another panel similar to that comes over the top. It will have a roof over again, but for a ceiling I'll have a panel similar to that. A panel similar but with fiberglass on the bottom, insulation and plywood on the top that will have matching flooring on the top. And then from the 2 metre mark here, this will be at right angles, and it will be glass all the way along here, glass on this corner, a roof over the top and a veranda.
When it's all folded out like this, I think two things become really evident. Firstly, how well the space actually functions just when it's a folded up 20-foot shipping container, but also how well the space can be expanded. Even just being able to open up the container like this, I mean, you couldn't ask for better indoor-outdoor flow than what you've got right here, eh?
No, and if the temporary window is in fact a range slider, you can just open it up any rate, you know, and so you'd have that without opening it, just on a day-to-day basis. As you say, on a nice day you can just open it up and have your garden there and your living area here, and they become one.
This design has really impressed me. I think you have done an absolutely phenomenal job. The concept is brilliant. I love the fact that it's really transportable. It's customized to you, and most importantly, I just think you have constructed a really beautiful home for your future. Thank you very much for showing it to me.
No worries.
This home is a true evolution of the shipping container concept. I am incredibly impressed with its design. Evan's skill as a boat builder shines through and is completely evident in all of the fittings and the functionality of this home. Also, the fact that this whole home has been constructed in such a way that the integrity of the shipping container remains intact is a complete game changer. This home can still actually be shipped anywhere in the world. You can't ask for better future-proofing than that.